So I wanted to make this video today because mainly I wouldn't have been able to get my point across had I gone into like the Furfsky Discord server or something like that. Okay, you go into that Discord server and you try to say anything negative about the pack, even if you're being respectful, and they're basically just gonna shut you up, tell you to go away, tell you to do all types of shit, and just be like kind of rude to you. So I figured I might as well make it a video to get my point across more easier. Now I feel this is what people think about first when discussing the falling off of this pack. Now the artists behind this pack have been retexturing things for a while, but in the two most recent releases, they've really bumped up the number of retextures. Now I feel the majority of people pushing against these new textures and calling them bad are missing the point of why they don't actually like them. And that is because the pack doesn't feel like a Skyblock pack anymore. Like, you boot up the game and you put on this pack and it just doesn't feel like you're playing Hypixel Skyblock. It feels like you're playing something completely different. Like, just look at a new texture for the Final Destination armor set. If you ask someone who hasn't played in a year what armor set this texture is supposed to be, they wouldn't be able to tell you at all. Same goes with the new Devon's armor set. Like, if you had asked somebody who has never played Skyblock whether this armor set was for a combat related thing or a mining related thing, they'd probably say combat. Alright, it's not like, the old Devon's armor set really looked like a mining set, but that was really to do with the way it was made in vanilla, the default way it looked in actual Skyblock, and it wasn't really a Furfsky thing. But now with this new texture, I can confidently say it's a Furfsky thing. What mainly made this pack so much more different and unique and special compared to all the other packs around is that it played off of what's already available in the main game of Skyblock just so much better. Most of the textures look like what they would felt like they would look if Hypixel wasn't restricted by vanilla Minecraft items. I mean, just look at the textures for the old Final Destination armor and all the E-Man and Slayer items, alright? They felt so much like Skyblock, just by the artists taking inspiration from the way the armor looks like in vanilla. Now they look well, and they look nice and stuff, but it just doesn't feel like anything. It doesn't feel like Skyblock, it doesn't feel like anything. It just feels like some random texture. Alright? Now, those are just two examples, alright? And there are easily way more I could, talk about. So if you have any more, you can put it in the comments or whatever. But I feel like I've gotten my point across. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of the new retextures because of things I just previously mentioned. However, there's something that annoys me even more. I don't mind that they want to retexture things and revamp the pack, make it better, whatever. But in my opinion, that should always come after making textures for items that don't already have one. Like, you have items like the Rift Necklace, the Party Equipment, and the Glossy Mineral set that have been out for a long time and they still have no texture. So it just really annoys me that the artists are out here making textures that not everyone even likes, and there are other textures and other items that they need textures and they don't have them. Now, I don't only have a problem with the Wither armor, I also have a problem with the Wither blades. I'll discuss that later. My main problem with the sets are their models. Like, there is just no way they saw how this armor looked like as an item and thought that the model did it any justice. Just look at the boots, man. It's just a giant brick of solid color that is just in your face, covering up an actually well done leggings texture. Another thing is the detail on the back of the armor, or shall I say, lack thereof. Like, none of the colored parts on the set wrap around to the back when it's clear that they should absolutely be wrapped around the back. Also, just look at the shoulders, man. Like, what's on the model and what's on the item, they're clearly not the same at all. Another gripe I have is with the secondary colors. Like, I can see they wanted to make each set different with their own unique secondary colors, but the primary colors are already enough to differentiate them. I feel like the primary colors look so much better and they would stand out so much more if they used black and very dark gray as secondary colors instead of, what they have right now. It'd just be so much better in my opinion. Now, this one goes beyond just the textures. Now, nearly 2 whole years ago, in September of 2023, the artists of Furfsky ran a poll for which set of Wither blades should replace the old ones, and number 5 of the 9 shown here won by a ridiculously large margin, and over 2,000 more votes than the next most voted set of blades. Despite all of this, in the most recent update of the pack, with all the retextured wither blades, number 5 wasn't present. Want to guess which one it was? I'll give you a hint. It wasn't any of them. These are the new textures for the wither blades, and personally, they don't even look finished. They don't even look finished. Okay? Don't look finished. What annoys me the most, though, is that the community literally told the artists what they wanted, and they didn't put it in anyway, all because they just didn't want to. They even lied about it too, questioning the quote legitimacy of the poll as a reason before just outright saying they didn't want to do it as they released the new textures for the wither blades. It's just completely unacceptable in my opinion. Like you just cannot do that. I just wanted to give a quick conclusion on this video because I just realized I didn't write a script for it. But yeah, I don't really like the way this pack is really going to be going. If they really, fix some of the textures, including the wither related things, I feel like it'd make it a lot better. I don't really mind the new textures. I've never really hated the retextures except for the wither armor. Please, for the love of God, change the wither blades and the wither armor sets. Just do it, bro. I cannot take it anymore. But most of them, they're actually alright. Like the giant sword, a lot of people hate it, but it's kind of grown on me. I mean, it never really made sense that it was yellow before when it's an iron sword, so it's supposed to be white. I felt like it made more sense to make it a more white color, and it looks more like the dark claymore now, so it makes sense as a long sword to be that size and shape. Another thing, I'm not trying to be disrespectful with this video. I'm not trying to be too harsh. I know I made it sound like that, but I've kind of been boiling over this video since like the release of version 1.7 of the pack, and that was was it 1.7? I think it was 1.8. The release of version 1.8. I think that was what it was for this pack. I think, yeah, that's when I really wanted to make a video on it, but I never did. But now I have the time. I have the time to make a video, so I am. And yeah. So hopefully this video doesn't go completely under the radar. People actually watch it. People take it seriously. Yeah. Hopefully this pack doesn't die. You can look at the numbers on Modrinth, like 1.8 got like half the downloads of 1.7, and hopefully 1.9 gets some love, but who knows. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say with this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.